Okay, so my name's Ken Finnan, and my job is to get you past all the exams. And the number one question I get before I do my live, so I'm hoping to save some time and make it less chaotic, is what do I do? I'm taking the test tomorrow or 2 weeks or whatever it is. So let's, first of all, if you're taking it tomorrow, too late, you're fucked. Okay? No, I'm kidding around. Get some sleep. If you're taking it tomorrow, you should not be on my live. You should be getting sleep and you should be going over customer accounts. Literally any exam you take, literally any exam, you should probably read customer accounts. I have crash course videos you can watch, playlists you can watch. Go watch those and get some sleep. If you have a significant other, make sure they do the right thing or ask them to do the right thing. And you don't want to make them do anything, but you ask them. Just massage, that's all I'm talking about. Just keep you relaxed, no fighting, stuff like that. Now, if you're taking it beyond tomorrow, so if you're taking it tomorrow, what are you doing out here? Get off here, click and get out of here. If you're taking it beyond tomorrow, so let's say you're taking it in 2 days. Tomorrow is no testing. It's adding knowledge, reading customer accounts, going over videos, hopefully my crash course videos or others. Bottom line is you don't want to stress yourself out. You don't want to take a test. I'm not a fan of testing. Some people like it. I disagree with it because if you go bad, there's no upside. If it goes bad for you, you're screwed. So I say, don't take a test tomorrow. Take it easy. Around dinner time, you're done. I don't care if you're taking the test at 5 o'clock at night. At dinner time, you're done. Okay? Don't do anything. Again, the night before is always kind of go out to dinner. Don't go, pounding, going fireballs, but just literally go out to dinner, maybe talk to people who aren't involved in it, who don't care about the test, don't want to hear it. You want to do stuff that just relax you. If you have SDC or Notman, they have these little sheets that you can go through. Maybe the day before, make sure you go over it like hot sheets or key topic stuff or crunch time facts. Again, I have crash course playlists, a whole playlist on almost every test you can take. Now, let's say you're taking it more than 2 days out. So what you want to do is within the up to, but not including the last, I don't even know if that's right. The last 8 to 10 days is testing, okay? Before that, you're reading and quizzing and testing, all that. A lot of focus on reading, mostly focus on reading, watching videos, adding knowledge. But in the last 8 days, not including the day before, so whatever that is, so 10 days before, you're going to take tests every day. One test, not two. If it's a 63 of the SIE, maybe you can take 2. But again, I don't think it works so well. Oh, I feel the heat on my back. I really just want to turn around and take a dive. The problem is when I go in there, there's a manatee warning. The boats have to go around me. I have to wear a flag saying manatee, don't hit me, stuff like that. Now, up to but not including the day before the test, you are to take one final a day. Now, remember something. When you do a final, review the whole thing, not just the wrong answers. And what you're going to do is you're going to kind of do a triage. There's really 3 or 4 choices. You look them over. If you got it right for the right reason, you're good. Move on. Make sure you read the answer why, okay? 2, if you got it right for the wrong reason, mark that down. You have to review it because if you got it right because you guessed, that's just as bad as a wrong. Almost more dangerous, right? Because you think you got it. 2, if you got it wrong because you misread it, which happens with the Kaplan, Past Perfect, SDC, even Achievable, all of them, you can misread it. If you get it wrong because you misread it, but you knew the concept, don't worry about it. The last one is you got it wrong because you didn't know your shit. That you have to review. So really, you're going to have 4 choices, mark them all, and then if you got it right for the right reason or wrong because you misread it, but you understand the concept, don't worry about it. The ones you have to review are the ones you got right for the right reason, and then the ones you got for the wrong reason. The ones you got for the wrong reason. See, when I talk too fast, my brain is here, my mouth is here, and they're not in conjunction. And then ones you got right for the wrong reason, like guessing, and then you got to be honest with yourself. Don't be like, oh, I think I know it, or the ones you got wrong for the right reason. I guess the right reason to be wrong, you don't know it. If you're starting to memorize questions, buy another QBank. STCS 4 supplemental exams. If you want, buy Kaplan. But again, you don't want to add a new QBank in the last few days. You want to do it out so you can literally get used to the question because you don't want to switch it up the day before. Again, you need to go in there like a badass. You need to go into the test like I'm going to fucking own this shit and you're going to run it, okay? You got to go in there confident. You got to understand that if you go in there confident, if you go into this test as a confident badass, not cocky, confident, I know my shit, then when you see a hard question, you're going to go, oh, I can do this, okay? And you can work through it or even mark for review, shit like that. If you go in there where you're not sure and you're like, oh, I'm afraid, then every hard question is going to look to you like, see, I knew I should have waited. And that's a bad thing because you won't try it. I've seen that so many times where if you give someone positive confirmation of good work, they're willing to work a little bit harder on the question. If you're like, oh, I'm not ready, they go, oh, I knew I wasn't ready. They give up. We don't want give up. We want you to attack it like you know your shit, okay? And that's literally it. You maybe want to watch some of my exam walkthrough videos, join my live, but not the night before. I don't want to see you the night before. I want to see you after you pass so we can play a song for you and blow it out your ass, okay? Good. Okay, everyone, go beat this thing. You got this. I believe in you. I 100% believe in you. And you need to say every morning, get up in the morning, brush your teeth with your offhand, even if you want to brush your teeth with your foot, and keep saying, I'm going to pass this. I'm going to pass this. Say it like 10 times with confidence. Not I need to pass it. Not I got to pass it. I'm going to pass it. That's your goal. Go beat this thing. We got it, baby.
Just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
By far, the greatest start to the Indy 500 in history. Okay, welcome on. Happy Tuesday. It's the last Tuesday of January. This month felt like it lasted 3 years. It's starting to get a little warm out. I have a nice hot seat. I got a new thing that keeps my body warm. I'll say that, so I'm not freezing. Welcome on. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to remember, this is going to be SIE in 7. If you want to tell me that you passed the other exams and NASA ones, that's great. Tell me on here. We'll celebrate it. And if you have a question on that stuff, if it relates to the SIE 6 and 7, then I'll talk about it. If it doesn't, I'll tell you to come back on Thursday nicely, or I'll just tell you to fuck off and go. Okay. As I say, if you're taking the test tomorrow, get the fuck off my live, baby. Get the fuck off. Go get some sleep. Now, I'm going to cough my head off. If you want some free resources, check out the FINRA group. FINRA NASA Exam Test Prep Network. It's scrolling across the bottom. That is an amazing group. It's 7,200 people. I mean, I'd say at least 150 to 200 have passed and stay on and still help each other out. It is amazing. We're adding about 60 to 80 people every week. And lots of questions. We have a chat room for every single test. So you don't even have to bother. You just go right to your test and you go there and you talk to like-minded people. It is outstanding. Other free resources: Brandon Ritho for Basic Wisdom, Susie Rhodes at Past Semester, and Notman has some videos on there. And he's super active on Reddit now too, Brian. So it's good stuff. Okay, if you need help with tutoring, you got me. I obviously at series7exam.org. Or if you need, if you don't want to go with me, I have another tutor as a backup, and I have 2 more that are almost ready to go. And if you need tutoring, and especially for the 65, 66, Michael Weiss over at series7examtutor.com. He's great. Go use him. He's good. He's about half my cost. I think if you go to the weekends, he's almost my cost. But during the week, he's probably a little bit half what I cost. And he's great. He's good. He is what I'm not. He's not crazy, but he's organized as hell, and he has his good stuff. Okay, let's get into it. Okay. Good evening, Lavanda. Good evening, Lavanda. Okay. George, look at that. Just going in there like a badass. Just going in there, getting cocky, believing in yourself, and you beat it. That is outstanding. I love it. I'm so happy for you. I am absolutely ecstatic for you. I really. Nothing like a little Bee Gees and AC/DC at the same time. It is outstanding. George, I am so happy for you. That is outstanding. Okay. Cameron. Okay, Thursday. We could do anything. Look, when I tutor people, there's like 3 ways to do it. 1, I walk your hand through it, but that's expensive, right? That becomes expensive. 2, you bring on questions and we go through them. 3, I have my questions that are really good. We go through that. That's really what it is. I have questions that are pretty damn close to the exam. I don't put them on YouTube. They shouldn't be on there. So we go through my questions, you go through your questions, or I walk you through it, or you give me a hot list of stuff to go through, and me hammer through it. I let you record the lesson. I have an AI that records it. It's pretty outstanding. Ashley, you better be on Friday. I hope you're on Friday, boom. I love it. Wait, what did you do Friday? Today's Tuesday, right? I can't remember. I am so happy for you. You're going to be in the class Friday for the class. That's what I was saying. Okay. I get brain dead sometimes. What are we going to do? So for the 7, we're going to dance.
Go. Oh, cha-cha-ching-ching. Here comes
Boom, baby. That's outstanding. Ashley, here's the thing. Everyone in your group was like, they knew you were going to pass. Everyone knew, they had no doubt you were going to pass. None at all. Okay. So I'll see you Friday, hopefully. Slow computer. Rachel. Okay. That's right. Don't worry about it, Rachel. It's a process, right? This is what I tell everyone. The Series 7 exam and the SIE exam, any test you take, it is a process, and it's not straight line. It's like a up and down, up and down. You can have good days, bad days. Don't let the bad days ruin you. Bad days are just a day. Like Tom Hanks and other people, there's a big line they say called "This too shall pass," right? So anything good or bad, just remember it's not permanent, right? So, okay, I'm trying to stay in the middle. I'm probably better looking that way. That's the way I should do it. I'll probably get a lot more viewers if I do it that way. However, if I have a bad day, I just, you know what? I'm going to go to bed. It'll get better. If I have a good day, I go, okay, enjoy it, but tomorrow's not the same. So don't ride too high on your big shit, but celebrate the wins. But any kind of bad day, know that it's one day. Don't worry about it. Just catch up. Paula, stay on. Yeah, I know you're struggling with the trading markets. Just keep talking about it, and it'll get better. You got to keep doing it. So your biggest thing is the trading markets, and what happens is you're obsessing on it. Leave it, move on to something else, and come back to it later. It happens whenever if you get into a topic that you're struggling with, which is you. And now the thing is, you think it's not clicking, but you're getting a 69. You get 75s on everything else. You get 60s on that. Let it go. Move on. Seriously, just move on with that. To keep doing it? Yeah. Okay. Paula, that is outstanding. No, okay. This is what I tell. Look, yes, I think I'm amazing. Nobody in my family does, but I think I'm amazing. I'm absolutely a legend in my own mind. However, you did it, Paula. You beat it. That's what you did. You know what I mean? I may have helped you, maybe a little catalyst there, but you beat this thing. This is on you, kiddo. Oh, baby, good vibrations, Paula. That is outstanding. It's such a great feeling. Look, passing the 7 and the 66 is awesome. But passing the SIE is the first one. Usually that's the first one you nail, and that's the one that kicks in and goes, okay, I got it. So when you pass the SIE, that's a good because you beat the first one. Sometimes the first one's the hardest because you're learning a new like I have one of my students is coming from a film industry. I got some people coming from they game changers, right? So they're just changing their careers. So we want to make sure it's just the SAE is a tougher one because you're learning all new stuff. And then the 7's harder, but sometimes just because you're getting better, right? You're learning the words, and then sometimes it's an easier road once you get past the SAE. So Paul, and especially you taking the 6, you're on the right road, kid. There you go. Mike, give some advice for the 66. Okay. Yeah, you can. There's prop firms out there. I mean, yeah, the 57 is tougher because a lot of places that are full-on trading where you're trading the firm's money, right? Or a day trader, not a day trader, but like a full-on trader, they probably want a bachelor's degree or CFA or something. However, if you want to work for what's the name of them? Hold Brothers, or I forgot the name of the other one. Guy Sean is the CEO. I can't remember, but I can't remember. They if you have a little money, you want to learn to trade, you can do it that way. They will sponsor you for it. I mean, so here's what you do. If you want to take the 57, get the SIE out of the way, get to 63, because that's what you're going to need maybe anyway. Then start applying to jobs like at Hold Brothers. Again, it's going to be hard to get a trading job because they're going to want a college degree. But some of these other places, I wish I could remember the name of it. Hold on. Sean. Prop trading, let's see. Let's see if I can remember that here in New York City. No. Trillium S&P Capital. No, it's a T3. Okay, I knew it was a 3. So T3 is another one. You don't need a college degree, and you can work for places that, and they may or may not need the 57, but they'll sponsor you for it. Okay, so if you're going to work for like a Goldman, yeah, you're not getting in there without a college degree, and not from a top school, right? But if you want to work at a place and learn to trade, maybe go to the prop trading where you can trade either small amounts of their money. I think there's one called 7 Points too. Good guys. I think they're still in business. You trade their money, and you start small. They teach you. You trade their money, and then you move on your way up, and then you start making some real money. Hold on. Oh baby, welcome back. Yeah, that's the thing. So some of my nut jobs, the way I talk sometimes, helps you get ready to be kind of like, okay, I can handle the chaos, because the test is not organized, right? So you can get an option question, you get a this question, that. And I do think if you're totally ready, the test is more straightforward than the vendors, but sometimes the answers suck, right? You almost always know what the question's asking, but sometimes the answers are just like, wait, do they fit? Trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. It does fit, but it's not comfortable. That's why people feel like they're failing the whole time, because you answer a question and it's right, but it doesn't feel right. And you do 3 of them in a row and your mind's going, I just got 3 wrong, when you actually got them right. So, okay. Okay, that's awesome. Oh, that's right. Okay, so you for tomorrow. Hopefully they'll open it up and then you can take it. Depending where you are, right? Like if you're in the New York City area, you might have to take a drive to be able to take it next week. Okay. But if you're like, I think even like one of my students, she's in Phoenix, and it was early January. The earliest date she could find was like February 15th. So depends where you are. You should be. So I would start. There's no way to really look. I mean, you can go on Prometric and pretend to look, I think. But yeah, get the U4 done. Make sure they open it as soon as possible. If they open it tomorrow, if they spell it tomorrow, then by Thursday, you should be able to look for times to take the test, which is awesome. Good. Yes, I'm telling you right now. Okay. Those study groups. So Liz, Erin, Ashley, and Hannah are in a study group, right? They're all together, right? So the thing is, you need to, like in my one video, find your fucking tribe, right? Find your tribe, because that's gonna help you. Okay, they're gonna support you. You can't just be into like negative people. You have to find people that are gonna support each other. And actually, like Liz, Hannah, and Erin were actually physically excited when they heard that Ashley passed. Like they were like jacked. Okay, it wasn't like, oh yeah. No, they were excited. That's the people you want, people with you that are going to celebrate your wins and try to support you when you lose. Not like some friends, which is like, ooh, you won, I'm a little jealous. They're not jealous at all. They are fully on supporting them, and you need that shit, because that support system is going to help you. Before I move on to the next thing, I do have to mention something. 2 things. One, I just did a video last night on why we should allow the FINRAs. Please find my latest video. It's doing pretty well, but I really wanted I want it out there. So I want if you see the video, it's called Top 10 Reasons the 7 Should Not Be Sponsored. Something along that lines. I can't remember. So if you could take that and share it to your compliance people, or anyone you think at FINRA, repost it on LinkedIn. I want it. Please take the video and repost it on LinkedIn or repost it on Twitter, whatever it is. I want it out there, because I think we can start a movement and get this. Look, who knows if it's going to get done, but I truly believe that it's a gatekeeping. And I think FINRA is trying to do a good job and make things fair. But I do think not making everyone take the 7 and be sponsored for it, there's a lot of catch. One of the ones I'd say is a catch-22. You need the 7 to get a job, but you need a job to get the 7. It's just like, make it. It's just crazy. So please take a look at that. Find that video. Reshare. I don't even care if you like this shit. Share that video to anyone. Repost it. Put it on TikTok, wherever you can. I want that out there. I want it to gather enough steam that they can't ignore it. That they should at least try to make a comment and say, we're not doing it, or we are. I'd like to put pressure on them. Let's do it, baby. We got enough people in here to do this. And if you can build enough network, send to everyone you know. I'm going to start emailing out. I haven't done it yet. I'm going to start emailing it out to people. Okay, Oliver, your buddy Louis passed. We're good, right? Okay. Okay, let's talk about what you need for REITs. Okay, for REITs, I want you to think of a REIT as like a little closed-end fund, right? That owns real estate. Okay. So it's a closed-end fund that owns real estate. So it's so the reason you do it is like, okay, think of it that way. It's a package thing, owns real estate. Right now, couple of the rules. One, it has to have at least 75% of its money coming from real estate. Two, it has to distribute 90% of its income. It doesn't have to, but it's supposed to. Because if it does, then it only pays 10% on the balance. But again, you're buying it. Why? So right around March, COVID hit. the government lie. Now, it was a thing. I'm just saying they weren't fully truthful about everything. Now, what did everyone do? They moved to Florida. I knew they were going to. Everyone tried to move into Florida, the free state of Florida. So what happened? I thought, oh, I think I should buy shit down there, but I'm not rich enough. I don't have enough money to buy property, and even if I did, I'd probably buy the wrong property. So instead of me buying like a property on Marina Boulevard or whatever it is, I bought a REIT. I bought a REIT that's based in South. I actually bought a couple of them. One for Florida in general, and then one for South Florida. That basically the entire thing only invests in apartment complex and industrial parks in like basically my is it Marin County, whatever it is, that county. So instead of me owning one property, I own hundreds of them. It's like this. I bought this, not the securities. I bought the REIT. So that REIT based on the properties going up and down, I either make money or lose money. I made some. I thought I'd make more, but you know what? It is what it is. But I was trying to benefit from the little boom in Florida. And I did. I did well on it. I mean, not amazing. I didn't have like $10,000 in it, but I invested in it and I made some money on it, maybe 15, 20%. But if I had bought one piece of property, I probably could have bought more, but I don't have that kind of money. So I'm diversifying out by buying a REIT, which owns hundreds of properties. Here's another thing. It passes through gains only, not losses. So a REIT, you buy it to diversify your real estate portfolio. It passes through gains. It passes through 90% of its gains, no losses, and it must have at least 75% invested in the coming from real estate. That's what you need to know. I think depends, right? So I think the earlier ones, like 1, 2, 3, 4, are probably easier than the 7. It also depends which one you get, right? And then the later ones are probably equivalent to maybe a little bit harder than the 7. But here's my thing on this: the vendors don't look so much like the exam. I mean, STC is the closest, I think, but none of them really are. And you're not supposed to buy a thing for that. You're supposed to buy it because it's going to teach you. So I would say SDC, the later ones are probably harder because they're more convoluted. And the thing is, the exam is pretty straightforward. It's not easy. When I say straightforward, everyone thinks, oh, you say it's easy. It's not easy. It's hard. But you know what they're asking. You always know what they're asking. Okay. So I'm not going to say it's easier or harder. I just think it's different. You got to respect it. Here's the one thing. If you have Kaplan or Past Perfect, you could know your shit and still fail the exam. So on the 7 or in the SIE or the whatever or the 6, if you know your stuff, you'll probably pass. But you absolutely on Kaplan could know your shit and still fail because they trick you. They do like little nuance, little trickies. They do a lot of Roman numerals. They do a lot of things that try to trick you. Past Perfect's worse. They're getting better, but Kaplan is a lot of tricky stuff. I think they go out of the way to trick you, which I understand in a way, but I do think it kind of defeats the purpose because a lot of people go in there thinking, oh, they're tricking me. And then they don't pick the easy answer because they think they're being tricked. Look at that. See, everyone's happy. Okay. Okay. I have a question. Is there a way to get JP Morgan private banking having a bachelor in econ? Okay. To get, you said to get to them? Okay. I think here's the thing. If you have time, you have a bachelor in econ, 4 years in Chase Retail, and you can't, I don't know the step-by-step to get in there, but I got to think, are you there now? Are you there now? Because I think that's where, that's the best way to get up there. I mean, I do think in the next 6 to 8 months, you're going to see more hiring because they're backing off the banking regulation. So the step-by-step thing is you have the SIE, right? maybe get the 63 on your own, and then start. If you're there already, start talking to your bank. I mean, they're literally in the same branch, I think, sometimes. That's a tough question. Because if you're in the retail part, which means I think you're a teller, you got to move up your way, but you got to make your boss, your manager know that you want to get to the private banking part. And they do. And you probably have to get the 6 and then the 63 and 65. But you can get the 63, 65 on your own, and maybe that'll show initiative. The question is, how long ago did you get the SIE? Because it expires at some point, right? So, but unless you get, if you can get the 6, if you can get them to sponsor you for the 6, then you can keep your SIE. Maybe that's your thing. Say, listen, I took the SIE. They give me a sometimes the firms give you a bonus for walking in with the SIE. Maybe tell them, listen, my SIE is going to expire. Could I please keep the 6 so I don't lose it? That may help, right? And go from there. I don't know the best way to get through there. There's probably better forums for that. Where, like, if you go, I think there's a Tales from a Bank, or there's actual physically banking Reddits on subreddit where again, you don't know you're getting, but if you put anonymous, do a throwaway account and just post in there, look, I'm trying to get from the teller thing to the private banking at JP Morgan. What's the process? You're going to get people who actually have done it and give you help. I think there's a banking one, and then there's Tales from the Bank where they talk about crazy shit, but you could probably go in there too. I read each question multiple times. These are my entire hour and 45. Okay. But again, here's the thing. When you take these exams, everyone sort of feels like they're going to fail. Okay. Boom. But you did it, Paula. You didn't fail. You nailed it. That's the big thing. Hannah from heaven. Manna from heaven. You nailed it. I am so happy for you. Okay. Okay. But remember, we do this every day. Hold on. Let me get through the 2 more people. Okay. Ivy, how are you? Cut me through a lot of the exams. I appreciate you saying that, but remember, you got it through. I just helped you a little bit. You got through it, not me. Okay. Focus on everything. At first, you're just taking the benchmark. But if you want to know near the end when you want to niche down on a little bit, you got to get the regs, even though they're not 50% like the 66, you got to get them. Okay. Make sure the investment vehicles are good, and the business practices, like the economic stuff, you got to do. But again, don't worry with the math. Do not sweat the math. The good thing is, if you took the 6 recently, that's a lot of overlap with the 65. But maybe you want to touch on some of the like I have an economics video from the SIE. I think I put it in the 66 playlist. That covers really anything you need to know about this economics and stuff. So I would focus on some regs, a lot investment vehicle characteristics, and then the economics. That's where you got to go. But you got to still cover everything. But I'm just saying, okay. John Buscemi, boom. I love that. That's awesome. I'm happy to help you, and you're done. I hope you're still on here, baby. We got to give you a little happy song. What would be a good one? Here, a little funky town. I want to take me to funky town. Outstanding, John. Being done. How great does that feel to have that shit off? Like to not be, and that everyone here is going to be that way. So I want everyone here, before I finish with John, everyone on here, I want you to put in here, I'm going to pass. Say that. I'm going to pass. Not I gotta pass, not I need to pass, not I hope I pass. I'm going to pass. I want everyone, it feels good to say it. It's just a self-affirmation. You know that I'm going to make you do it. Everyone has to say it. I want you to say, I'm going to pass. It makes you feel good to say it. It really does. John, and I'm so happy for you, my man. Okay. What's happening, Ivy? Okay. Tyler, hold on a second. Okay. Simon, I don't think you can unless you have a severe issue like a doctor's note, like legitimate, or you're more than 150 miles away. Then you have to take it in person. You can. I mean, you absolutely can take it from home if you meet one of those 2 things. I mean, they're really cracking down on it. The SIE is easy. You just want to take it from home. They're fine. The 7, a whole different story. So I think if you want to take it from home, you better have a really strong doctor's note about why, and they're not going to give it to you. Or you're more than 150 miles away from the center, then you can. Other than that, you're taking it in a center. So what's my answer? Probably in person. Tyler, boom, 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 boom. I love it. That's awesome. No, I appreciate it. 66, baby. Respect the 66. It's a big one. Outstanding, my man.
Gotta get that. Gotta get that. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta get that. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta get.
Boom, Tyler. Boom, boom, boom. I love it. My favorite thing to say, right? Boom, baby. That is outstanding. I love it. That's awesome. I can't say enough when I see people that missed it, that nailed it, and you're done. I mean, not done. You still have the 66 to do, but you got one of the beasts out of the way. Respect the 66. So take a couple of days off to enjoy it. You earn this, Tyler. It's so fresh. Yeah, I'm surprised you're not drunk yet. Go get fucking drunk, Tyler. Now, how far behind am I? Okay, I'm 20 minutes behind. You're probably already drunk already. Get on it. Just focus on, take a couple of days off, and then like maybe Thursday, start reading the book. Enjoy this win. I promise you it's going to help. Okay. Okay. I'm taking the SIE. Jacob, hope you're still there. Yeah, stop doing the FINRA one. You really shouldn't, Gilbert Griffin, don't do the FINRA more than once. It's a waste, right? So if you do the FINRA one more than once, it's kind of a waste. Okay. Don't bother. It's not worth it. Okay. So focus on the other stuff. Focus on the achievable and the videos and stuff like that. And I have a couple of videos where I take tests online. I have an exam walkthrough playlist where I have like 5 essay allotment. I have an achievable. I have STC. I have and one that I have. So go check that out. That'll help you a lot. Okay. That's Jacob. That's outstanding. Were you part of the video group that I did? That's great. I'm so happy. Any surprises for you? This is what I always forget to say. If you're taking the test, were there any surprises? That's what I really want to know. Were there any surprises? That's the big one. Not what's on it, just kind of anything surprise you. Another Saturday. Hold on. Okay. Okay, listen, remember, the Thursday live, I agree. So you shouldn't be doing it on Saturday. The Thursday for the 63, 65. But you're going to come on Tuesday. Oh, your scores are great. You're going to be on Tuesday and tell me how great it went. You passed, right? Okay, now, there's a great question. So on margin, it's super easy, right? So I'm not even going to write it down. Let me get my face out of the way. Now, okay. Now, margin. Let's do it. You guys get into this right away. So what's Reg T? Reg T is 50%, right? So if your market value is 100 grand, your account, your market value is 100 grand, and your debit balance 40. So market value minus debit is 60. So my equity is 60 grand. That's how much equity. I have 60,000 in equity. Now, if you remember, you should know this by now. Reg T is 50%. So Reg T means they would like you to have, you don't have to, but they'd like you to have 50% equity in the account. Okay. So if you have a $100,000 market value, 40 debit, you have 60 in equity, right here is 60. Remember that this is 60. Then, and they would like you to have 50% in there. So a 50% of 100 grand, because it's the market value, not the equity, is 50 grand. So they would like you to have $50,000 in equity, but you have 60. So you have more than you need. So that 10 more is your SMA, and then 2 times that is your buying power. So remember, excess equity and SMA are literally the same thing. Okay. There are times when it isn't, but for the most part, think of them the same. It's the equity you have over 50%. So the formula for equity is market minus debit. I have a Mr. Desby video on this. Okay. Now, for the SMA, it's equity minus Reg T. What's Reg T? 50% of the market value. So it's how much equity you have over the 50%. Because they want 50, you have more than that, you can borrow the rest. That looks short, take it out. We don't care. That's SMA. And then always remember that SMA is like cash. So your buying power is 2 times that SMA. SMA is one number, in this case is 10, and 2 times 10 is 20. So your buying power is 20. Hope that helps a little. Mac data. Okay. Okay. Charles Maddox, thank you for coming on. Okay. Okay, Hayden, you're up next. I know I'm behind, but I'll catch up. Now, what's a good average score on Kaplan Price? I think if you're mid 70s to 80s on Kaplan and not memorizing, you're solid. There's no guarantee of anything, right? But mid score. So if your scores are in the mid 70s to 80s on Kaplan, you're actually in pretty good shape. Okay. If your scores are again, mid-70s to 80s, and it's not for memorizing, you're solid. If you're under, look, you could even, if you're taking the mastery and you get high 60s, you're fine. I know people that couldn't get over 63 on Kaplan and pass, but I don't like that. That's too risky, right? I'd much rather you be in the mid-70s. That means you know enough to pass, and then go take this thing. You're going to be fine. Okay. Okay, so now why does a stock price fall on the X date? Okay, so let's think about this. So if I have stock trading at 50 and you buy it before the record date, right? You buy it where you're going to get the dividend. Say it's a 50-cent dividend. So you're going to buy it at 50 and they get a 50-cent dividend. So your net cost is actually $49.50, right? You pay 50, you get a check for 50 cents. You paid $49.50. Fine. On the X day or the record day, right? On the X day or record day, you're not getting the dividend anymore, so they take it out of it. So they subtract the dividend from the price. So if it's at 50 on the before the X day, on the X day, you're not getting the dividend. Ex-girlfriend, ex-dividend, ex-boyfriend, all means without, okay? So if on the X day, if they drop the price by the amount of the dividend, you are, they just take it out of it because you're not getting it. So if you buy it before the X day, you get the 50-cent dividend. If you buy it on the X day or after, you're not getting the dividend, so they drop the price by the amount of dividend because it's a zero-sum game. They're all the same. Okay, hope that helps a little. Charlie, thank you for joining. Okay. Okay, I will answer this, but remember, it's not. We're not doing the 66. That's well, it depends. They're not going to try to trick you that way. So they'll say if a broker-dealer has an office in a state, look, think about this. Okay, I'll do this quick. It's not this. It's tomorrow, Thursday is the time we do this. Now, okay, Lon, Ra, yeah, you might have to go Fairview or maybe Hamilton or King of Prussia to get a date. But if you can't get anything close, or even White Plains, I think Norfolk. Okay, now back to this. So there's more of a 65 question again, but if the broker-dealer has an office in the state, they have to register. If the IA has an office in the state, they either register if they're state level or notice file if they're federal. But they each have their own thing, right? So if you have, so let's do it this way, just so you understand how this works. If you have if you have 7 IA clients in a state, the IA has to register, not the broker-dealer. If you have 1 broker-dealer client in the state, the broker-dealer has to register, the IA doesn't. Now, normally once you have a client, they'll register both. But again, they're separate entities, okay? So if you have an office for the broker-dealer has to register. If you have an office for the IA has to register or notice file if they're federal. So it's very straightforward. They're not going to try to kill you on that, okay? Lon, I agree. The gatekeeping is fucking crazy. It's really hurting the business, okay? And again, like I said, I'm not some woke freaking person that believes in all that shit, but you are stopping people from working. And even if they're whatever it is, if they don't have the contacts, it's literally a rich versus poor thing. Okay. 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 So Tanner, if you're studying and taking it quick, you got to get through the book. Stop taking notes. Stop doing quizzes. Just get through the chapter. You need to, if you're taking it in 9 days, you need to be done with the chapter by Friday. You need to be done with the book by Friday. So just power read. I assume you're studying all day. If that's true, just get through the book. Stop taking quizzes. Stop taking notes. Read. Because if you take notes and you're going to take quizzes every time, you're going to be finished in about 15 days, which is 6 days too late. So get through the book by Friday. Once that's done, spend the weekend doing quizzes, then start doing finals. And then you have 5 days of finals. So it's 9 days from today, which is like Thursday, right? Yeah, Thursday. Today's Tuesday, so Thursday. You're taking it next Thursday. So you got to get through the book by Thursday or Friday. Take the weekend of finals, and then you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to take tests. It's the only thing you can do. Maybe even get quizzes done by Saturday on the chapter quizzes. Then maybe you can just do Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, taking finals. Okay. Yeah, you know what? It doesn't hurt you, right? I am literally a big fan of multiple vendors. I love multiple vendors. I absolutely want people, like if you have, and again, the only reason I push Kaplan, because I don't like them that much. They're good. They're solid. I don't love them. They're the only ones that sell their QBank. If STC sold their QBank, I'd say get Achievable and get STC QBank. If Achievable sold their QBank, I'd say get STC and buy Achievable QBank. So the problem is Kaplan is the only one that sells a QBank. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. So STC could be harder than the exam you get. It literally could be, because sometimes they're more convoluted than the rest of them. Okay. Yes. I think that's good. You're taking the 63 next week. Yeah, I would get. Yeah, it's not a bad idea to get if you can afford the STC, get it. It won't hurt you. And then just back and forth through the. Actually, you can save a little money since you're taking it next week. Just buy the STC supplemental exams. You don't even have to buy the whole thing. Buy the STC supplemental exams, and that'll help you a lot. It really will. Okay. And just and keep the thing about the 63 is you got to get through the book once or twice and then bang out tests. 2 a day. I don't love more than 2 a day, but you got, because what's going to happen is always see this with the 63. It's like shitty. Boom. Else you get a little bit better, and then boom, it takes off like the day before the test. It's strange how it happens all the time. Okay. Kind of a broad question. I have a strong chance of taking over Merrill FH in a few months. Okay. Yes. If you take over the thing, yes. That's awesome. So here's the thing. That's the manna from heaven. A lot of people this happens to. So a lot of the massive FAs you have, sometimes they inherited that. Sometimes they're just fucking phenomenal, right? But sometimes they inherit it from they came in. So a lot of times, if you're going to work with like a Morgan Stanley, Merrill Lynch, JP Morgan, you want to hook up with an FA that's going to give you their book. But I tell everyone, check out their kids, and I don't mean in a weird way. Check out their kids and how old they are. If they have jobs already and they're doing well, then you're safe. But if they're high school kids and you go, I'm going to give you the job in 10 years, there's a good chance one of those kids is not going to make it, and they're going to give it to the kids. So just be warned of that. Maybe get it in writing. Yeah, you're going to, if you're taking over the FA's role, okay? Yeah, you should be getting his book of, FSA, right? If he has a book of business, yeah, they could. It depends. If it's an FA, sure. But if it's an FSA, a lot of times that does happen, or they just mold it into the team, and then you just get credits for it. You got to talk to them and find out what it is. It's always okay to ask. You go, what's going on with those clients? You're allowed to be greedy. You're allowed to be ambitious. They may even say something, but you're absolutely about to be okay. You're absolutely allowed to be ambitious. Okay. Yep. I'm telling you right now, that's true, right? Those girls in that group are fucking crazy, right? Okay. Yes, Nancy and Karen, right? Exactly. You have a good group of people that are helping each other out. Yes. I have an SIE. So if you're taking the SIE, there's a math one, and I joke around. I say, do not watch. It's not because I don't want you to watch it. It's trying to make a joke on the fact that there's not a lot of math on the SIE. Okay. Boom. Okay. It's not, the SIE does not have a lot of math. Maybe current yield, maybe a stock splits or stock dividends. That's about it. But I do all the math that you could see. So I say don't watch it because it's like, don't pay attention to it. Okay. Matt, damn right we're going to pass. Victoria, yes. Victorious, right? Okay. Lanra, perfect. Ash, boss, you're being a boss. Jai talking, gonna pass. Okay. IV, baby. Mill, going to be $1 million winner. Letitia's going to pass. I love it. Boom. Boom. I love the support. See that? David Bennett. I love it. Okay. David Beckham. Okay. Liz. Yes. So you and Erin both moved your dates. Erin moved hers and you did. That's fucking outstanding. Okay. Okay. Ivy, that's all. I know it sucks. Like my daughter, they have what, 3 kids. Everyone but her and the middle child has the flu, so they're miserable. So we won't go over there. We won't visit. My wife is like, I'm not seeing them until everyone's clear. Okay, so I wouldn't do it either. Okay. Yes, Kellen, 100%. I like Kaplan. I do. I don't hate them. Okay, but my issue is that I feel like they over trick you, and that's the problem sometimes. They're over tricking you. So what happens is you walk into the test thinking they trick you. I have so many people go, when I do questions with them that I have that mirror the exam, and the shiny one's going, hey, pick me, and they won't because it's the shiny one. And that's the problem with Kaplan, is that they go, oh, no. They do the old, oh. I know that was the right answer normally, but it's the Mercury rising third Tuesday after the Virgo leading. It doesn't count, so you're wrong. And then you just get gun shy a little bit. So I'd rather you fall for the tricks on Kaplan and not feel like you're being tricked on the real exam. Because yes, there's some hard, tricky exams, but they're not hiding it. Like one question I had was they go, oh, you're getting a 3-for-2 common stock split, blah, 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 blah. And you own 500 shares of preferred stock, blah, 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 blah. And you think, oh, 3-for-2. Oh, wait a second. It's a common stock split. I owe preferred. Nothing happens. Things like that. Okay. That's a question. So they go, oh, common stock, you get a 3-for-2 split. It's common, but you actually own the preferred. Don't do the split because preferreds don't get stock splits or stock dividends to get cash, right? That's as tricky as they get. Ivy, yeah, join. You got to get in a group. We're going to get you through there. Okay. Okay. Dave Todman, you are going to pass. You're going to get it. AR, it's been a while. Amberly, thank you for joining the group. Okay. Well, I know. AR, I love this thing, right? I have a new one coming Thursday, but I'm going to give it to my son. I have a 5-footer. Fucking massive, okay? But I don't have that much room. So I'm going to give it to my son. He's going to put it in his room because it's 5 feet. And you can do sports, anything you want on it. Hold on. Here we go. I'll look it up. Mike Francesca. If you guys aren't in New York, you don't understand. He is a fucking blowhard. He's an and Mike and the Mad Dog used to be a radio thing. And Boomer actually did a thing. He tried to do Chris Russo. He tried to do his own sports show. He did 2 hours with Mike Russo, Mad Dog, and he just couldn't do it. Mike Francesca, it's called, what was they called? Mike and the Mad Dog, right? Chris Russo, not Mike Russo. Francesca was the most obnoxious, arrogant blowhard, big time Giants fan. He thought because he was friends with Parcells, he knew everything. It was fucking nuts. But you wouldn't know him if he's in New York, but that's what this guy's talking about. I'll have to do that. I'll have to take a look at it. Yep, I love it. Get part of the video Zoom groups. Okay, now. Ash Bush, okay. Okay. So, okay, here's my thing. This is, okay, you have a lot of time, remember. So, one, can you try in the morning? Get up before your kids get up, okay? Okay. So, Reagan, let me walk on that. Let me see what I can do. So, now, let's start with this first of all. I know I'm catching up. I'm only 8 minutes behind. I'm actually catching up. That's outstanding. Now, if one thing you could do, yeah, look, the reading is boring. I agree. Try the morning get up before the kids and go to bed with the kids, right? Get up before your kids, but go to bed with them. So if you're taking care of kids, right? Okay. Go to bed when your kids go to bed. Get up before them and study in the morning. You can. It's much easier to study in the morning than at night. That's one thing. Okay. The reading is boring. 2, get Speechify, kids. I'm telling you right now, it's I like it. And the thing is, you can have it play in the background. It's $15 a month. I mean, it's worth it. Okay. Jesse, hang on. So I would say try the Speechify. You can have Snoop Dogg, Mr. Beast, Gwyneth Paltrow. You have a million different people reading the book to you. And it's cool because it lights up the words. And I have a couple of people that thought it was a game changer when they did it. Like, try it out. It's very cool. And you can do a free trial, see if it works. Try all those things. Try the morning. The morning is always good. Like I said, when your kids go to sleep, you go to sleep. I mean, literally, honey, boom, I'm out. Then get up early and get up before they get up and read for a couple hours. You're not going to fall asleep in the morning. And then if you do the Speechify, you can actually make breakfast or whatever it is and listen to it. Okay. Hold on. Jesse. Okay. No, Clark is fine. I'm just saying that it might be too far. You might not find any. There's Clark, there's Fairlawn, there's Hamilton. I think Clark can. And then there's one down in South Jersey. Okay. Jesse, that is outstanding. Yes, you could have done it with me. I'm just glad I helped. Okay. Yes, just start reading. Just read the book. That's what I tell everyone. Just read the book. Is this a good one? Let's see. Boom, baby. Jesse, that is outstanding. A little Rasputin. I got a better one. My internet's a little slow. I tell everyone, when you start reading, when you start studying, the first thing you do is get through the book, the entire book. No matter what test you take, you got to get through the whole book. It's just a thing. You have to do it. Okay. Reagan. So we have resistance and support, right? So we have resistance and support. Now, I don't know what a price increase versus decrease chart. Let me see. So maybe there's something I'm missing. Oh, I see why. Hold on. Let me see if there's something I'm missing. I see. Oh, okay. So pricing. Okay, I got it. Now I know what you're saying. Okay. So price increase chart is just showing how much it increases, right? But it's not showing the patterns as much, right? Because it's showing how much it goes, and it's a much bigger picture. But what I'm saying is that, so if you're looking at a chart, here's like you're seeing it go up and then down. In a price increase chart, you'd probably have to zoom in more and look at a smaller thing. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to try to draw lines. Remember, resistance isn't always this way. Sometimes it's this way. It's not always perfectly perpendicular, horizontal. It's not always perfectly that way. Sometimes it's up, but it's on an angle, and it goes in a range. The range can be going down. The range can be going up. As long as it stays in the range, it's going to keep coming back. So overbought means that it's getting toward. Okay. And Rand, I'll get to you in a minute. So overbought means it's near resistance and it's going to start going down, because what happens is there's more. So once it gets up there, it's going to start dropping, right? Because there's more supply. Okay. So people will start selling it because they know it's going to go down. And then when it gets to support, it's going to start going up because that's when they're buying it. But if it breaks through, okay, so if it goes through the resistance, then it's probably a breakout. It's going to keep going even higher. But what I'm saying is that if you look at a price increase chart, they're just looking at, let me see. Let me change it to this one. I think it doesn't show. Hold on. Let me try that. It doesn't show patterns as much. Let's see if it does. Okay, so let me see if I can do this. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to share screen, see if there's, let me change my view to get the whole thing in. There we go. Okay, now. Nope, I want that one. Okay. So if you look at this, right? So this is, hold on, I'm going to change it to this. Okay. So if you look at this chart up here, you can see a little bit. Let me get, I know what I'll do. Will that help me? But then you probably can't hear me. Okay. So now, if you look at this chart here, okay, it's not going to work. Okay. So now, if you look at the chart, it's going up. It's showing an increase, right? But if you zoom in a little bit more, you can see that there's ups and downs and ups and downs. So that's where, if you look at this, like up, if you can look, you see there's bumps. Like here's the crash. So you see tops, and that would almost be like the resistance, and down on the bottom is the support. Remember, resistance and support isn't always this way. Sometimes it's like this, okay, for you guys. So that the stock's going up, like I guess it would be this, right? That way, okay. So it'd be going up and down in here, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, support. So it's not, so that's how the difference is that you're using a price increase chart to see what it's going over time, but you're going to put a support and resistance on the tops and the bottoms and try to look for a pattern where they have a range. I don't know if that helped at all, but it is what it is. Okay. Okay. Hope that helps a little bit, Reagan. I won't find out until I get there. Okay. You'll know you're ready. You're in the 85%. You're probably ready anyway. Here's the thing. Go take the FINRA one. Two things. Go try Notman Marks. They have a free practice one. I have some practice ones on my exam walkthrough playlist, and they have an exam readiness score. When you're in the 90%, you're damn ready. Okay. And remember, the questions don't look like the test, but they're ready. I think Achievable is a little bit more tricky, a little trickier than the test is. But if you're passing Achievable, then you should be fine. Okay. And yeah, and go take the FINRA one, and then come back on next Tuesday. And once you hit the 90% ready, then go book it for like a week or two later, and then start taking the other exams. I have 5 of them on my exam walkthrough playlist. You can go take the FINRA one on your own and see how you're doing that, as long as you haven't taken it a bunch of times. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Jake, I'll get to you in a second. Okay. Oh, the pricing doesn't get, no, they do not get that deep. So Amberly, they're not getting that deep into it. I promise you not. They want to know that it's out of 30 seconds or whatever. That's all it is. Okay. 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 18:30 seconds. So it's 8:30 seconds. What the hell is 8:30 seconds? Where's my fucking phone? Okay. Should be 250. Hold on. So let's see. So remember, so these things are quote. If you see if you see a decimal or dash, it's in 30 seconds, right? 32s. So you do 10 divided by 32 and 8 divided by 32. Or I just look at the difference. It's 8. So I do 8 divided by 32. So 8 divided by 32 is 25 cents. So it's going to be $2.50. It's got to be. It's the only one there that works too. It's the only one that works. It's not going to be 8 cents or $8. Whenever you see a decimal or dash, it has to be a what do you call it? It has to be out of 30 seconds. The answer has to be $2.50 because it's the difference between the two is 8:30 seconds. 8 divided by 32 is 0.25, which you move the decimal over 1 times 10, you get $2.50. That's per bond. Hope that helps, Jake. I hope I didn't go too fast. Okay. Christian, hold on. Lanra, oh, they're making you that the 66 before. It's fine. I know it's a pain in the ass, but just get through it. You're going to be fine. It's not going to kill you. You know what I mean? You'll be fine. Okay. Christian. So you're done, right? Is that it, Christian? Are you totally done with everything? That's great.
Gotta get that. Gotta get that. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta get that.
I love it. That's awesome. Okay. The Virgos. That's funny. I know. I just use that because it's like, if Kaplan really does go crazy with the question sometimes when they like you'll get it wrong, but you knew this stuff, and past perfect is worse about it. You get it right, you get it wrong because of some random rule that they go, oh, we didn't tell you about that. Aiden, how do you know? Silly goose, stay there. I'm right behind you. How do you know when you're ready for the SIE? This depending on the vendor. So if you're getting SDC or Kaplan, once you get in the mid 70s on 3 tests in a row, book the test for the following week. If you're achievable, wait till your readiness score says 85 to 90%. If you're a Notman, same thing. If you're scoring mid 70s, so any vendor, SDC, Kaplan, Pest Perfect, or Notman, if you're getting mid 70s and you get 3 of them in a row where you're getting mid 70s, passing mid 70s, 3 in a row, book the test for the week following. That's the best way to do it. Okay, here we go. I just want to let you know I passed the SIE on Friday. That's outstanding. I use your videos in SIE for Dummies. Yeah. Yeah, I know. The thing is, on these exams, you don't want to score. If you get a score, that means you failed. So we just want to see pass. You want to see 4 letters and no numbers, okay? If you see numbers, you're on the wrong end of it. Silly goose, that is outstanding. I love it. Where are we?
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't.
Now the question is, what's next? Are you taking the 6-7 next or whatever? It's amazing how sometimes some people, they love the SIE. They do really well on it because they feel it's easy, straightforward. Some people struggle with it. It's sometimes it's mindset, sometimes it's your background, sometimes it's the way you think, right? Some people do really well on the exams and they don't do a great job in the business. Some people do really bad in the tests, but they're outstanding at this stuff. So who knows? Okay. So it's right. So Lanra, it's tiers. So it goes, there's the options classes, which means you get the option class and this FINRA class and all the options videos. Then one down is just the FINRA class and the options videos. Sounds like you have the options video one, which is the option videos and the replays of all the classes. So you don't have to go. If you want to go, then you just upgrade. You don't pay, it's not a second membership. You just upgrade. So you're going to pay the difference between the two. That's all you're doing. Okay, Brian. 63. Okay. Boom. I appreciate it. I like when you come on here. When you pass on Monday, Tuesday's going to be the last time I see you. I'm going to be very sad. I love seeing you guys. Okay. S, thank you very much. I love you being on here. Okay, Sir Justin, that's that. I'm so nervous. My test is next week, and I don't know a lot of info. Okay, is that you being overly anxious, or is that you being truthful? Right. So some people, I get this one. I don't know what I don't know. That's what people say all the time, and I actually don't know what it means. I kind of don't feel I know what that means. But if you're anxious, if you're saying I don't know it because I feel like there's a lot I don't know, that's fine. You don't need to own this. You need a 70, right? A 70, 72, depending what test you're taking. You don't need 100%. You need a C minus. Are you passing exams? That's the thing. Are you passing exams? So that's the question. So if you're not, look, here's the deal. If you don't feel you know your stuff, and you're not passing exams, I mean, if you can, don't take it. But here, maybe if you feel like you're overwhelmed, it depends what test you're taking. So if you're taking the SIE, find my crash course, watch that, but make sure that you're going through the risks and what the register rep can and cannot do. You got to get that. If you're taking the 7, then you got to get all this. You got to try to bang out the suitability and make sure your munis, options, and suitability are strong. But if you're taking the SIE, this is doable. Even if you have the SIE, if you're taking it next week, you can still put your score up. The 7, that's a tougher road. Because if you don't know your stuff for the 7, it's very hard to cram it in. It's possible, but it's not that easy. Oh, got it. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, don't worry about it. They may or may not. Look, you're almost there. You missed it by 2 points. As long as you attacked everything like it's brand new, then you should be fine. Get the 66, and then you ban the. Then the 7. The 7 won't be that bad because you beat a hard test, so you're fine. I'm a big fan of thinking forward that way. Don't think about that. Don't think about what could have happened. Just think this is the hand I'm dealt. I'm taking the 66, and I'm going to own it. That's what you think. Don't worry about everything else. Robert, it's only SIE and 7 tonight. 65, 66 is on Thursday nights. Okay. I know, I get it. So as I tell everything, I should change myself to the Series 7 dumbass, right? Because that's what I do. I'm not dumb at all, but I act like a dumbass. Everything's very simple to me, right? So not that I'm smart that it's simple. I just try to simplify everything down so it's easier to remember. So I try to go, okay, what do you need to know? I'm going to tell you that. I'm not going to add fluff. I'm not going to spend 20 minutes on a 4-minute answer. I ramble a lot, like outside stuff, but for the most part, when I give you an answer, I try to give boom, boom, boom. You get it, you can remember it, and move on. Like the one class I have, they said, I don't know, maybe it's because I curse, I yell at them, whatever it is. When I say stuff, it sticks, they say. So I don't know how it happens. Maybe I'm just lucky. Okay. Jake, that's awesome. We're going to get it. Okay. You should feel confident. You're going to get it. You're going to get it this time, Jake. I don't doubt you're going to nail it this time. 100%. Okay. 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 So Robert, the problem is starting with a 66, you got to work, right? So you got to find time. So I tell everyone, your best bet is to study in the morning. I know that's hard. Like a lot of people, I'm surprised how many people live close to work, right? So I never had that. I never lived like a 2-minute drive to work. It's nice. I do now because I literally have a 50-foot walk down the stairs and into the room. First thing is first is read the book. If you're having a tough time reading, get Speechify and have it read it to you. Watch my videos. Try to do as much as you can in the morning. I promise you it makes a difference. The more you do in the morning, the better you are. Nighttime is very hard. You're not going to steal much time during work, but maybe when you eat lunch, the problem is nobody really eats lunch. But if you eat lunch, bring out the book and read while you're eating, right? Or listen to a video or a podcast while you're eating. That's the best thing you can do. If you can't study in the morning, you have to do it at night. I'd say if you're not married and have kids, stay at the office when you're done, study for 2 hours, then go home. Especially if you have a short commute. But if you have a family, it's harder. But if you can either do them or do this, do an hour in the morning, get to work early, do an hour then, and then stay an hour late and do an hour then. There's your 2 hours, okay? That's going to help you more than anything else. But focus on reading, okay? Okay. Studying for the SIE, I've diagnosed ADD, and I really struggle with reading in general. This DC book is very good. Okay, I've told everyone, holster reviewer. That's an interesting title. Do you review holsters, like gun holsters? Okay. I didn't know there were different types. So it's kind of interesting. If you have ADD and it's tough to read, you got to find something to do. So again, I tell everyone, try it out. It's a free. Do Speechify. It literally reads the book to you. I have videos that will help you. If you have SDC, my videos match with SDC. That'll help. But get this Speechify. I promise you, it's going to help you. They read it to you. If not, if you don't want to spend the money, I think it's $15 a month. I think if you put it, if you download it into a PDF reader, it'll do it too. But again, they're not as good because Speechify uses an AI to do it. So give it a shot. Okay. So Amberly, okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, Amberly. This is the groups you have to do. So a couple things. One, join the Facebook group and join there. There's always groups starting. If not, join my membership. Don't worry about my tutoring. Join my membership. If you do the membership, we have 3 tiers. We have the options only, but then you're not getting the classes. But if you do the classes, if you go up to $25 a month, you get the class and the options videos. If you jump all the way up to $50 a month, we have the options class at 8 p.m., the 7 class at 7, and then the options videos. That's where the groups start. Most of the groups here are started from when you join ours. I push the groups. So in there, if you join the 7 group, there's 5 or 6 people. They always look. I sometimes after the options group is over, like it's at 9, I leave it open so they can all talk to each other and they start groups. That's literally how the Hannah Ashley one got together. I think they did it on there. They talked to each other and they started a group and then it worked. So you don't have to sell your soul. Okay. The tutoring is expensive, so don't focus on the classes will do a lot. So if you join, instead of paying me the $200 an hour, join the $50 a month membership and you get everything. And then we meet every Friday on Zoom. And remember, it's Eastern. So remember, it's 7 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Eastern. But don't join the options one until you watched all my options videos and you feel comfortable with the way I do it. Because I do not do options a teacher way. I don't do it that way. It doesn't resonate with me, so I do it my way. And that's the thing. So the other person, if you go, he just finished his class. Distract for a second. He just finished his class. I think, it's tomorrow. On Kaplan. They have, you can get on classes. And the good one, the best one out there is Mark Esposito. He's the only one that's really worth it. Okay. So he's phenomenal. Okay. If you're going to take a class, do Mark Esposito's class. If you can he just did it. If you can wait a month, I think he does it once a month. It's 3 days. It's very intense. And if he talks like me a little bit. I like him a lot. And then on Wednesdays, I think he tells stories and stuff to make it stuff stick. And he does options similar to they're not the same, but the same idea of the way I do it. It's not the teacher stuff. And they're gonna okay. And it's gonna but the thing is, if he doesn't finish, he just stays doing it till Wednesday. The guy at a student I was supposed to meet today, Aaron, which he's in his class, and it's so intensive. I said we decided not to meet today because it's like after a class, you want to sit there an hour and a half listening to my bullshit for another hour and a half. That's too much. People go, okay. So here's it. Hold on, Lara. They have their own. I think you can because it reads what's on your page, but they have their own reading thing. You don't have to pay for a lot. On Achievable, you can. I think there's a button that says "Read it to me." See how that goes. Okay. I know you're gonna nail it. We're gonna, Robert. We got this done. Try it. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Oh, so you are doing the 7. Okay. Now I got it. Okay. I'm all kerfluffled. Okay. So that's okay. So yeah, that's fine. So do it. So get on the 7 and we got this. Enjoy. You can join the membership. But yeah, if you have Achievable, they have an audio button. Try it out. If you don't like it, then get the Speechify. Okay. Okay. Now, one more question. I'm feeling good across the board and everything at this point, not lagging. Okay. For the next week you're taking it, make sure you got the suitability down. Make sure the options are down. Make sure the customer counts are down. Taxes, remember, not crazy taxes, okay? Just know like cost basis or proceeds. Find my crash course video. That stuff in there is what you need to know, okay? That's it. So you got to know the munis, but not the way the vendors do it. It's much more about like suitability and content. Okay. Yeah. I think if for the next week you focus on the munis, make sure the options are good. Keep working on suitability. It's so big on this. It really is. Okay. I recommend them too. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate it. Okay. It's like so cheap, isn't it? You don't even have to do the classes. It's just $20 a month for the videos. It's dirt cheap. Okay. Oh, that's very okay. That's very funny. Okay. Um, yeah, you have to. The only way to do it is if you join the membership on YouTube. You have to find on. I don't do it through my website or anything. You do it on the YouTube. On YouTube, you hit join, and then there's all these different things. Okay. So you have done the read it stuff. Okay, that's fine. So if you've done that, then we're in good shape. If you don't like it, if it's still tough, then go get the achievable. It'll read whichever's on your page. It's pretty cool. I mean, they have a thing. They joke like they slap the app on the book and it reads it, but there's no way that happens. I think it's interesting. Okay. Okay, not too shabby. I caught up. I'm only 10 minutes late. That's awesome. I always have to make sure I finish. Okay. Not too shabby, people. I think we got this. Okay, so our best bet is we got this. Everyone said they passed it. I like it. I see this. I got 65 people on here between Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. That's awesome. I love that. And we got a busy week coming up. We got some people taking it. We're gonna nail this thing. And luckily, I don't have anyone say I'm taking it tomorrow. I always hate that. Hopefully, they know to stay off my live. Okay, not that I don't want them here, but I want them resting and sleeping. Remember, if you're taking any test you're taking tomorrow, then the day before, make sure you watch my crash course on it. Make sure you read customer counts. If it just again for the SIE 7.6, customer counts is so big, it really is. I mean, it's not like it's 30 million questions, but what is it's easy shit. And you want to read that the morning of or the day before because it's easy. Why would you give that shit up? Okay. Last one. Yes. Boom. I love it. So next Tuesday, you're going to pass. And then on Tuesday, you're going to come in and tell us. Because you come on Wednesday, you won't see me very much. So come on here Tuesday night and tell us how it goes. Okay. Everyone, I love it. Everyone have a good night. Keep studying, keep reading, wash your hands. And may the force be with you. We're going to go away with a little man of finance.
Looking for a man in finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes, finance, trust fund, 6'5". I'm looking for a man in finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes, finance, trust fund, 6'5", I'm blue eyes, man in finance.
Okay, come on. Everyone does it. Everyone knows the motherfucker comes on here and says something before I leave. Congratulations. That is outstanding. I love it. You had it. I love that you did it. I'm just fucking around. But really, you wait till I go away and then you push this shit in there? That is awesome. You got to get a song for you and then we're going to go. I'm going to do a little Macarena.
Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo es para dar la alegría y cosas buenas. Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, Macarena.
That's awesome. I didn't even MS111. Okay. I'm just fucking around. I'm so happy. Now we're going to go. We're out of here. Have a good night, everyone. Wash your hands. May the force be with you. And I don't know.